The story kicks off with a guy waking up in total darkness, confused out of his mind. He can't see, can't move, and has no idea where he is. Then a tiny light appears. It slowly gets brighter, and he realizes it's coming through a crack in what looks like an eggshell. Peeking outside, he spots a forest, which only makes things weirder. Before he can panic properly, a glowing status screen pops up and delivers the worst plot twist possible. He is a dragon egg. Yep, an actual egg. A calm, divine voice explains that the screen shows all his abilities in neat little numbers. But when he demands answers, the voice basically says, "Too bad, you're only level 1. Annoyed, he wiggles in frustration only to fall out of the tree he was resting in. He rolls downhill, splashes into a river, and finally sees his reflection, confirming the horrible truth. He really is an egg. Feeling a bit guilty, the divine voice finally explains everything. Dragon eggs are F-rank monsters, the weakest of the weak. If his shell fully breaks, he dies instantly, meaning even that tiny eye hole was a huge risk. Sure, dragon eggs can grow into terrifying dragons someday, but only if they survive first. And that's a big if, since eggs are a favorite snack for monsters. With no legs, rolling is his only way to move. Deciding that staying put is basically asking to be eaten, he rolls away at full speed, straight off a small cliff. On the bright side, the system praises his frequent falling by leveling up his fall resistance. On the not so bright side, it still hurts. Low on HP, he takes a nap and wakes up fully healed, learning that sleep instantly restores his health. Small win. As he keeps rolling around, he starts wondering what he'll hatch into one day, and whether his future involves non-stop fighting just to stay alive. That's when he spots a massive insect nearby. Alarm bells ring. He hides, uses appraisal, and learns the creature's nickname is Egg Eater, which is exactly as bad as it sounds. The monster notices him and immediately gives chase. He rolls for his life, knowing he can't outrun it forever. The chase ends at a cliff, where the insect leaps to devour him. At the very last second, he dodges, slams into the creature, and knocks it off the edge. The monster dies on impact below. Just like that, he wins his very first battle. The system rewards him with 12 experience points, shooting him straight to level 5 and maxing out all his stats. Not bad for an egg. On top of all that, he unlocks the option to evolve. The system offers him 2 choices, baby dragon or little dragon, since both sound equally vague and unhelpful. The system kindly explains, the little dragon is basically a compact dragon model. It's smaller than most dragons, but still bigger than a bear when fully grown, and it's famous for having a strong fire breath. Solid, reliable, and great for surviving. The baby dragon, on the other hand, is not exactly built for combat. Its claws and fangs are short, making it pretty bad at fighting early on. However, it has insane long-term potential and can evolve into many different types of dragons. The downside: baby dragons are considered a luxury snack by monsters and adventurers, which means they get hunted constantly. Naturally, he first picks the little dragon because staying alive sounds nice. But the moment he makes that choice, the divine voice suddenly hugs him and tells him not to limit himself. It says it expects great things from him and wants him to aim for the very top. This completely throws him off. He starts wondering if the voice is disappointed because he chose safety over risk. Thinking it through, he realizes the little dragon might have limited evolution paths, while the baby dragon could grow into something far greater. Not wanting to regret playing it safe, he changes his mind and chooses the baby dragon instead. Sure, it's risky, but he'd rather gamble now than hate himself later. The system accepts his decision, and his body immediately begins to change. Moments later, he evolves into a yellow baby dragon. Along with the transformation, he gains a bunch of new skills, and all his stats get a massive boost. Unfortunately, evolution doesn't come with a free refill. His HP and MP stay low, leaving him completely drained. As if on cue, his stomach growls loudly. He suddenly feels starving. Looking over at the worm he killed earlier, he's shocked to realize it now looks tasty. He understands that if he wants to grow stronger, he needs protein, and his dragon instincts fully take over. Without thinking twice, he devours the worm, then curls up and falls asleep. When he wakes up the next morning, he feels fully recharged, like he just slept for 12 hours straight. He heads to the river, looks at his reflection, and finally accepts the truth he's been reincarnated into another world. The strange part is that he remembers absolutely nothing about his past life. No name, no face, no memories, not even whether he was a guy or a girl. It's like that whole life was wiped clean. Before he can think too hard about it, he notices several dark worms creeping up behind him. This time, he doesn't run. He charges straight at them. Thanks to his new skills, he wipes out the first group in no time. The more he fights, the more skills he unlocks, making every battle easier than the last. After clearing them all out, hunger hits again, but there's no way he's eating dark worms. They tasted horrible last time. Instead, he spots some mushrooms nearby and decides to try those. Big mistake. He quickly realizes they're poisonous and pays the price for his bad food choice. After that experience, he makes a lifelong promise to never eat random mushrooms again. Still hungry, he ventures deeper into the forest in search of real prey. Surviving on worms clearly isn't the dragon life he wants. After some exploring, he spots a gray wolf. Even though it's bigger than him, he uses his baby breath and a dragon punch to take it down. The fire slightly burns the wolf, and when he smells it, he realizes it smells exactly like barbecue. Curious, he cooks it a little more with his fire breath and takes a bite. Turns out, it's amazing. Soon after, he runs into another gray wolf and defeats it almost instantly. This pushes him all the way to level 20 out of 25. He realizes he only needs 5 more levels before he can evolve again. As he grills the second wolf, it hits him that he's starting to get used to this lifestyle. Hunting, fighting, and eating like a dragon now feels completely normal. Even so, there's one thing missing. Talking to the divine voice is getting lonely and boring. He finds himself wishing he had a best friend to keep him company. Surprisingly, that wish seems to come true almost immediately. Not long after, he hears voices in the distance. He can't understand the language at all, but hearing them still brings relief because those voices belong to humans. He quickly hides behind a nearby tree and carefully peeks out, spotting a small group of adventurers heading his way. At first, he thinks about stepping out and trying to talk to them. Then reality hits. He's a dragon, a very edible-looking one. He wonders if they'll attack the second they see him. Still, he convinces himself that he's small, harmless, and honestly kind of cute. Maybe they won't see him as a threat. Maybe they'll even keep him as a pet. With that hopeful and very naive thought, he walks out from behind the tree and does his best cute and friendly pose. It goes terribly. The adventurers don't see a cute dragon, they see dinner. The leader immediately slashes him across the chest, then uses magic to numb his body, leaving him unable to move. Helpless, he can only watch as they close in to finish him off. In that moment, he realizes how foolish he was to think a dragon could ever befriend humans. After surviving so much and evolving, it feels like everything is about to end for nothing. Just as the leader prepares the final strike, a female adventurer stops him, saying there's no need to kill such a small, innocent-looking dragon. Confused, he feels warmth spreading through his body and realizes she's healing him. Using appraisal, he learns her name is Maria. Despite her low MP, she heals him anyway, and the system grants him the Greek language skill, allowing him to understand human speech as it levels up. The calm doesn't last. Screens echo ahead, and Maria recognizes them as her teammates. She rushes off despite his warning that it's too dangerous. Unable to abandon the one who saved him, he forces himself to follow. When he arrives, he sees the enemy, a rock dragon, a C-rank monster with 197 GP. Maria is already injured, and when he calls out to her, the rock dragon turns its attention to him. Facing the massive creature, he freezes in fear, wondering if this is truly the end.
Doesn't